Hello, hello, namaste, everybody. Good to see everyone here. We have some beautiful light workers here at the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light, which is located in Sarasota, Florida, United States, as well as we have many, many people who view this little chat that we do every week, or almost every week, I should say, all around the world. So we have light workers all around the world, little groups of people coming together in their own way of lending their energy, their thoughts, and their light to holding a vision of a better world, a higher world, a world of peace, a world of balance. So we little groups all over are doing it in their own and special way. So right now, I wanted to talk about something which I didn't know up until like 2 minutes ago. It's going to be the shift. And we see that happen, and a lot of people say, yeah, the shift does happen. And the shift is basically talking about that that paradigm shift or change into a whole nother reality bite, you could say, a shift. And that's a terminology that's been being used for a while. A lot of groups call the shift network and other things use the word the shift. So what does the word shift means? It's changing, it's moving, it's not remaining the same. And so with that, all I wanted to say about that is that, first of all, well, let's put it this way, at least from my personal experience, it is a transitioning. So it isn't like pop, next day you wake up. Not to say that that could not happen, because most certainly in the Bible and in other ancient texts, it talks about the twinkling of an eye. Okay. And if we look back at our history, you see these civilizations that were like phenomenal, way more than what we do now. The Mayans and other civilizations, probably many that we don't even know. I mean, the planet is here for billions of years. I'm sure there's a lot of information that the only way you can access that is not going to be through archaeology. That's probably so embedded into the bowels of the earth. But if you could read the Akashic records, maybe you could have a glimpse of many, many, many civilizations that have been in this frequency band on this planet. The planet, by the way, has different frequency bands too. Okay, so it's not just one static thing. So there's a whole lot that's going on. We could just say the multiverse if you want. That's a new popular name that's coming out there, the multiverse, as opposed to multidimensional. It's all of the above. But the bottom line in the shift is that there are people who are sensing, who are knowing, who are feeling, who are calculating, whether you're left brain dominant or right brain dominant. Our goal is to be equal in both. That's when we really will get up there. But whichever way is coming to you, everybody has a sensing of change. And it isn't something new. Change has always been part of the evolution of who and what we are on this planet and all sentient beings. So the idea of evolution, definitely, but the quickening, okay, what I see here is happening is the quickening where maybe in the past there were people that didn't know what changes were going to come about and it just kind of happened then and they had to move and all this stuff. But there are many people here who sense this quickening and a shift or a change in things upon us. Why? Because many of us can already witness it and seeing it right now. We're seeing change right this moment. Okay, one of the changes that I want to talk about in this new shift. What is the shift? Well, the shift, many people call it different things, but shifting into, the golden age of the planet, shifting into a new paradigm. There's a couple of things with this shift. This is the key to remember about the shift. The shift can go into one direction, or it go to the other direction, or it could go somewhere in the middle. There's always a 1, 2, and 3. Always a 3. Always a 3. So many years ago, I was impressed with the fact that the experience of the shift or the experience of this change can be, say, door number 1, where you have a fairly easy and not too difficult and, kind of move into a new level of change. Door number 3 is the really very, very, very bumpy road. Okay. And the middle one, door number 2, okay, is the balanced one in between. It would be lovely, okay, but we could go through door number 1, you know, that would be not so bumpy. But I'm shooting for door number 2, which is better for door number 3. So why don't I do door number 2? And in this shifting, I can see where that is a real reality. There's a lot of good things that are happening. There are people that look at the world now and they're like, oh my gosh, this is awful, Armageddon. But at the same time, there's some amazing, wonderful things, including technology. There's some wonderful technology, okay, that's out there that's going to help people. A lot of technology that comes from other reality bites and more intelligent beings that may have some insights that we don't have, that can lend that insight to us to help clean up, for example, you know, all the waste and the pollution that we have done, technology that could help the human, you know, the human body. And so a lot of positive things, people opening up in higher consciousness, tapping into higher reality, understanding that love is the way. That is the way to do it. They'll go back to love and caring and balance and all of that good stuff. That's there for us. Also, okay, there's going to be the counterforce too, just to be aware. That's going to say we have another way of doing it. And one of the other ways of doing it is going to be where, how do you recognize, well, something that's free and flowing and open and you have choices to make, that's the positive side of the shift and the change. But also too, we have to be super, super discerning because there is a controlling factor, okay, in this shift that's taking place that wants to move the paradigm in perhaps another direction. And in my opinion, that direction would be the misuse of technology, the misuse of artificial intelligence, okay? And I suspect there's been in the Bible and other religious texts have alluded to this not being the first time. Like, for example, an atomic explosion on the planet is not a first time event that happened in Hiroshima. Okay, it's happened, the Vedas, I believe, talk about it. And so there's what's happening, there's cycles. There's cycles with Lemuria, there's cycles with Atlantis, there's these cycles. So now we've come to a point where we say, you know, we have history behind us to become aware that these cycles take place. You have enough history behind us to become aware of the fact that there are choices in everything. And we can move the choice in a positive direction, or if we play the same game of being power, greedy, all those lower vibrations of the human experience, the worst in humanity, well, that's what we're going to be co-creating with the shift. Okay, now I'm not prepared to move the planet into where I give up my power, give up my sovereignty, or have some computer tell me what I'm supposed to do and not do. Okay, that is that's a control mechanism. Okay, and that can happen in many levels. And there is some AI out there in some universe that wants to take over everything. Okay, so this is stuff that's real. And so, but this is what I have to say about this. Okay, with shift, I believe that there's enough of us. There's enough of us who are awake and aware. And there's enough of us that can make the decisions that's going to be for the human consciousness evolution. And you don't need to be a cyborg for that to happen. There is another one that says, hey, we want to bring humanity into a more technical form, because their thinking is that, well, if this shift does happen, okay, human bodies are not going to be able to experience this shift in this technology. What that does, what they're not aware of is that we have the absolute ability to change our frequency. Absolutely. And shift. And many of us now are going from some of the aches and the pains and some of the stuff that we're feeling is going from carbon-based, okay, to crystalline. Okay, our bodies are changing for the new frequencies if you're tapped into the consciousness of evolution, of the Adam Kadmon, of the divine human. So in this shift, okay, which is very exciting, but yet still be aware that our choices have great, great magnitude and power. And we always want to make the choice that moves towards love, that moves to unconditional love, caring, the humanity, peace. That's the way. There's some people that say, oh, peace is never achievable. And there are people who truly do believe that this is just the way it is and we have to accept it. No, we don't. We don't. Because the original imprint of the Adam Kadmon was that of love. And love means peace. Okay? Kindness, joy, happiness, all of those things. And that's where we're working for. So as we moved into the shift, it's just always good being aware of exactly what is the world we want to co-create, and be extremely discerning that you're aligning yourself with that part that is organic, that is and in alignment with love. So with that, I'm going to say namaste to everyone. And for those of you on Facebook Live, if you would like to be part of the transmission, meditation is open to anybody. If this resonates for you, you simply go to the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light Facebook page, click Anchoring Light Transmission Meditation with Baba Sharon. That's my spiritual name. Been doing this now, all of us together, 16 years, every Monday without fail. And we welcome you if you'd like to be a part to share your light in higher service. With that, I'll say namaste to our family of light on Facebook Live.